Welcome to episode 4 of Track Record with SCCG. We're talking about our entry into the casino industry, casino ownership and management over decades, and where it all started and where it evolved to in episode 4. I remember it was back in 1994. We had just finished developing with Station Casino a $500 million riverboat in Kansas City, Missouri. And we were beginning to think about what the next chapter would be. We were trailblazers in Kansas City, and it was exciting to be on the land development side, helping to get entitlements and bring in a major operator like Stations and assist in the financing and bringing that to the marketplace. But we felt maybe we were ready as partners, myself and D.W. Barrick, to take on something that was our very own. And so I remember beginning a process. We were sitting in a swimming pool in his Scottsdale, Arizona house. He looked at me and said, "What do you think we should do?" And I said, "Well, you know, we've helped others get into the casino business. We've helped Indian tribes. We've helped casino operators. What if we became the owner-operators?" And so with that idea, we began a years-long effort. Every week we would go to a different state. Sometimes we would go out to Nevada, and we would do it repeatedly, week after week after week. We would drive every exit and entry into the state. We would visit every single casino, not only in Nevada, but around the USA. And we were looking for opportunity. And week after week, month after month, year after year, and somewhere down the road, I remember we were sitting in South Dakota, of all places. We had walked into a restroom. Someone followed us in and said to my partner, "Are you Dave Barrick?" And he said, "Yes, I am. Interesting to meet someone here in the bathroom." And he said, "Well, I have some information regarding some casinos in Nevada, and if I shared that information with you and it worked out that you could be casino owners in Nevada, would you pay me $1.6 million? And we looked at each other and he said, "Sure, I have a napkin here. Come out to my table in the bar and I'll write it down for you." And then weeks later, in fact, this person did have information relating to 6 hotel casinos in downtown Vegas, owned by legend Jackie Gaughan. And one thing led to another. Months later, this was now in 2001, right after 9/11, and he said, "Yes, I'll sell you those casinos and a bunch of real estate for $82.5 million. And I remember sitting with Dave. We plopped down $1 million of money that we had in the kitty, and we had, in essence, 24 months to get licensed and hand over $82.5 million. And that was the beginning of the process of going into the casino business for ourselves. We met with every city official. We met with every stakeholder. We formed a team of 25 professionals, managers, who would be our management team for taking over these 6 casinos with close to 7,000 employees. We raised the money and more. We developed plans for the redevelopment of downtown. We sold those plans to the Gaming Commission and to the Gaming Control Board. We brought the teams together. We took over the properties in April of 2004, and we sat on Fremont Street and did the changeover, and we were the owners of half of downtown Las Vegas. I think at that time we ended up raising about $125 million. It's never easy, even though we brought our own money to the table, and it cost tens of millions in soft money to accomplish the acquisition of a portfolio. All of that money was at risk until we got licensed. It's not easy going to institutions, individual investors. We ended up partnering with one of the world's wealthiest men from London, and we had to put together a financial partnership that consisted of financial institutions from Germany, hedge funds from New York City. I remember going to New York City once with the mayor of Las Vegas, Oscar Goodman, and I remember sitting in front of Wall Street analysts about why they should back Barrick Gaming, which was our company, in the resurgence of downtown. And I remember the Wall Street analysts their mouths were wide open. It wasn't quite what I had in mind for our Wall Street debut, but they knew that we had the backing of the city to do this major improvement. And if you look at downtown today, one of our properties, the Vegas Club, became Circa, one of the most successful casinos in Las Vegas. The Nevada Club was redeveloped into Las Vegas City Hall. The Western became housing redevelopment. on East Fremont Street. We brought the beauty bar, we brought Hogs and Heifers, we brought a resurgence of the plaza, which sits at the head of Main and Fremont. So I'm super proud of what we did. We were hands-on, we were present and visible to our employees. I remember sitting in the casino on the day we took over in 2004 in April, and I stayed up for 28 hours straight, and I welcomed each and every employee and their families. They each came in, we took pictures. We asked them what they were looking for in new ownership. I would get up at 5 in the morning in order to see the shift change. I would walk to each casino with my partner Dave. It was a 5-mile round trip. We went in for each shift change. We grabbed our cup of coffee. We spoke to the pit boss. We spoke to the head of security. We spoke to the head of house cleaning. We basically made the rounds each and every day. And this is what ownership was to us. This was old school with a little bit of a new school twist. This is all about learning an industry and all the different facets. At the end of the day, it's all about the same thing, a connection with people. The industry doesn't run itself. Technology doesn't develop itself. It's about partnerships between people. And it's eventually about a trust between operators and brands and their customers. And I learned this from the hands-on experience we had. It's about that relationship, that trust, and that has carried through as now SCCG has become the world's leading advisory firm connecting B2B and B2C brands with customers, and it's that experience and vantage point that gives us the advantage we have now being a global force. What you learn when you go into casino operations is you're already inheriting your biggest and most important assets, which are the people that work with you. So you need to build trust. You need to follow through on your commitments to the employees, to your team members. You need to allow people to solve problems and not put up barriers. You need to stay focused on customer service and the customer. You need to be open-minded to innovation. These are items that, frankly, your managers and your employees and your floor-level folks, the people who are touching customers every day, they will tell you what you need to do. It's about listening. It's about executing. It's about investment and prioritization. And these are the things I learned being in the trenches in a living, breathing, 24/7, 365 casino environment. We operate now, we don't operate any physical asset like a casino, but we operate today a digital asset. So whether it's brick and mortar or digital, it's the same process. And we've been so fortunate to be able to understand the industry from what I call a 360-degree view. It's that relationship that we have of trust, of delivering entertainment, of doing it in a responsible way. With SCCG having had that experience of growing new markets, of forging partnerships with different types of sectors within gaming, whether it be riverboat, tribal, or casino, experience with corporate gaming, entrepreneurialism, technology. Yes, having a view of the entire ecosystem makes us a very powerful partner, a trusted partner in educating our stakeholders in developments in the industry, where the industry needs to go. I've been so fortunate to be able to see this over 3 decades, to have so many milestones where we achieved concrete success, being able to point to physical projects, digital projects, products, technology innovation that exists to this day, content, and it's not even close to being over. We're just at the beginning of our journeys, bringing in new and young people to take this journey on for decades to come. If you want to do something big, it takes lots of people, lots of money, and lots of time. This is what I've learned, and what we now have is a foundation of success. And now we're bringing in the next generation of leaders in this industry who can learn from that and take it forward wherever the industry is going to take us. The sky is the limit, so what we've done over 30 years and what we can do in the next 30 years, the mind can't even stretch that far to imagine. Thank you for joining us for edition number 4, as we've talked about our involvement with casino ownership, casino operations. I'm looking forward to talking next in episode 5 about gaming technology, creating efficiencies in a casino, creating more of a connection to our customers, creating more of an entertainment proposition and entertainment value for them. Thank you for joining us for Casino Ops and Ownership.